countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in a country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in a country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Hey, how are you? o. Abela loke yo. Níbi tó jọba yìí. Níbi tó yọba. Máa ti sì mọ̀ pé yo. Máa jẹ́ jíjí. Wọ́n pe ìṣàmẹ́ fọ́ sí o. Títí kọ́lẹ́. L'animateur Choco Noska Yasen de Toyebi. L'homme a tout fait pour Mivito. Aniche les deux.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Good evening, folks. Samson to Liberia Pub Radio. I want to thank all of you again for tuning into Liberia Pub Radio. Wonderful to have you again. Thank you very much. Thank you for everything. Thank you for following. Please do us a favor and share this video. Share it to as many people as you can. It's very important that we do that. Please share this video. Please, it's important that you do so for us, because if we share it to as many people as possible, we will be able to get our message to as many people as possible as well. Thank you. Safety, my God, you are the one who spoke and still speaks. You are the one who came and still comes. Give me a discerning heart toward the Holy Spirit. Teach me to hear. Teach me to still and to be still and silent, to know when you are talking. Give me the silence today. Point my friends and family in the direction of your truth as they are trying to decide which way to go. Give them the strength to choose your way above their own. Thank you for the hope we have in you, and that we have entering to look forward to. In the name of the Son, who is here to all things. Amen. My Lord, we want to thank you again this evening. We want to thank you for the blessing. We want to thank you for your strength. We want to thank you for all that you do for us. Oh my God, the power you have on us is good. Those of us that believe in you, we ask that you continue to bless us. Give us the strength. Give us the wisdom. My Lord, only you, through you, that things are possible. And we say to those who don't know you, let them come and see the light that shines through you, the true light that shines through you. And that your light is forever. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. My Lord, we ask you again this evening to bless all those family, friends all over. We put every one of us in your hands. Your hands are so big that we all fit in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. My Lord, if we were to sit here tonight and say what you have done for us, we will have no time to quit. All we can say is throw our hands in the air and say thank you. Thank you for all. My Lord, we ask that you bless the Republic of Liberia. Bless the people of the Republic of Liberia. Bless the leadership of the Republic of Liberia. Give them wisdom to do what is good for our people. My Lord, only through you that things are possible. We're looking up to you to straighten things up in that country. Your power is what we need to carry that country forward. And Lord, we ask that you bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming. We say thank you very much. We appreciate it. So, few things here. I've been reading a lot from Page Africa, Daily Observer, and those are my go-to news from Liberia, and all the other social media. I just want to be up front here this afternoon. It's hard. It's very, very difficult. The behavior in Liberia, the corrupt behavior in Liberia, it's not going to be ruled right now. You can bring George, we are president, we are back in. It's not going to change. You can bring Samson to say, it's not going to change. They are secting people. And I told you guys this long time ago. These people nowadays are very sophisticated. They're very, very good, sweet mouth, sweet talk. They will say things and make you believe that, yes, indeed, they are for the people. And one of the good things they're good at as well is to understand the Constitution. Because once they are elected, duly elected, the Constitution back them, give them power to carry on their corrupt deed and say they are doing it in the interest of the people. What I do believe and what I think most likely will turn this thing around is another, not violent, but institutional revolution, complete change of heart. Perhaps the Liberian diaspora themselves need to organize themselves here in the diaspora and have a political party and fight to register that political party in Liberia. And even if we're turned down, because if we take a political leader from here who was sincere and take them back to Liberia, they will be in their surrounding will be infested with this corrupt behavior. And so it will be difficult for all of us. So I think let them accuse us. Let them accuse us of treason. So be it. But I think we need to find a political party here in the diaspora and the like-minded people to come together. This is getting to be ridiculous. We're not going to go anywhere. Because if you take a political leader, perhaps someone that we all trust and believe in, at the end of the day, he will be infested with these corrupt-minded people. How do we deal with it? How do we resolve this? What is the solution? What is the solution? Do we continue to happy? My people were in it for. I will read something here on Front Page Africa from Solomon George. A sedition. And the same thing that happened to CD is happening right now in Unity Party on President Baka government. And President Baka is going to be worse. President Baka government is going to be worse than CDC, because CDC, President Weah was able to see, even though he wasn't doing anything, but he could see. Here in Unity Party, they're blinding the old man. This is, folks, I told you guys last night, we will be here eating crow. I don't mind eating crow. So if I eat crow, so be it. The thing got no shame. I was out here day in, day out, saying how wonderful the rescue team was, how wonderful these people were. Folks, let's wait and see the 100 days deliverable. Now, I'm not one of those who believe that in 100 days we will see some mysterious changes in the government, or the government opportunity to do. No, not even in the infrastructure. Nothing good gonna happen. Well, let me don't say nothing good. Nothing extra will happen. Government position, government, the way government works, if you understand it, you will not expect anything than a normal position of government operation in 100 days. Unless you're going to come in with your political tabata, then you will blame and say, well, the 100-day delivery, they're so smart. No, but those of us that understand that, we're not even hoping that anything will change. What is happening from my perspective? We're not even giving ourselves, Liberians, the opportunity to change anything. There are those, how the heck you gonna have infighting with deputy minister and minister, infighting with deputy director and director? What's going on? Because there are those who have established interest, root, complete, tree got root, right? These people root have gone so deep into Liberian society with their corrupt behavior. And if they see anybody that want to come and cut that tree down, they will fight you. And one of the ways they fight you is to go around your subordinate, create confusion among you and your team. Some people, I'm going to say something here, and then perhaps that doesn't sound anything like a liberal. It doesn't sound patriotic, but I will say it anyway. I think I'm very grateful to God for the fact that when the opportunity was extended, that I didn't jump on it to go to work in Liberia. Thank God. Thank God. Because I'm like, not that I'm comfortable or rich, but right now, if I want to eat fufu, I will eat fufu. Anything I want right now, I can get it. I'm not rich, but if I go down the street, I want McDonald's. Good evening, bye. I vest right now. Don't start anything with me tonight. I beg you. I vest, big time. I vest.
For what?
I beg you. The way the people going with their business, I'm very vexed. So let me just talk my tabata, get it off my chest, then you can do whatever it is. But no, on a serious note, Mr. So, this is very disheartening. You have these people are doing things knowing full well they're not going to accomplish anything, but they pretend to do things they know, they don't know. And it's very, very, very disheartening. So I'm saying, many of us will be out here, because those of us who were out here blowing the trumpet, blah, blah, blah. If we need to eat crow, we'll eat crow. So what? No big deal. But before I eat crow on this table, the glass table, I will bring everybody name into on the plate. They and myself will eat crow together. I'm not eating the crow alone because they have failed. This is the same behavior they brought with CPP, and they destroy the hope and aspiration, almost destroy the hope and aspiration of Liberia. Here is the same group again. You can go
Can you
up
tell us?
and down.
Can you tell us precisely the people you're referring to? You were brave enough here. You were calling names. You were telling us where we were going, and everything. So why are you speaking in a specific tone where we don't understand?
Mr. So, let me run my show. I'm vexed tonight. The
Yeah,
people,
I understand.
President,
I'm here for like
okay,
10
I will
minutes.
call me President Baka and his people.
President who?
Baka government, President Baka government. They're not doing things the way we thought it would happen.
Who are you? That was not a name you used to call.
Okay. I said me. I'm calling you. Please don't make play with me here tonight. I beg you. I don't want to. Don't make play with me. I
have another meeting here. Hopefully, I get a quick founded meeting. But you said that was not a name that you used to call. I just tried to remind you.
Mr. So, please. I said President Bakai.
No.
What name I used to call?
I think it starts with the letter S. How do you call it? Stable something?
Whatever. Mr. So, I'm not ready to eat crow yet. This is not finished yet. But on a very serious note, these people, I don't see anything coming out, even in 100 days. We know they're not going to deliver the way people thought it would happen. We know that. But for them to have the face, to face us.
You see, this is where, and I'll have to come in here. This is the most dishonest part of you.
Whatever, Mr. So.
Yeah, you see, this is why you and myself, we always have this divided role, and at the end of the day, I am proven to be the right person, to be the authentic person. You come here, they know. You knew it. You as an engineer, you knew it wasn't going to happen. You blew the trumpet here. You call them stabilizer. You're going to do this. This is how you mislead people. And when they start not to listen to you guys, then you come here. You and what's his name? What the other man here from Rhode Island? What they call him? Jerry Bacon. And come here. You were all perplexed, downhearted, so broken-hearted yesterday. So why are you crying for? Why are you crying for?
I think you're telling me your meeting, the family waiting for you for the meeting.
No, don't worry about that. When the meeting starts, I will know. You know, when we're talking about how these people, first of all, these Moja boys are in desperation. You know how long they've been fighting to get state power? Are you surprised to see what's going to happen?
Good evening, sisters, orators. So thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Here, you want to have blood pressure and cholesterol, everything up here. And I did not know you.
Mr. So, will you please get out of my show? I don't want to, please, fine, go to your meeting.
So let's talk a little bit. I still have time. It's 9 o'clock. I still have time.
No, but Mr. So, on a very serious note, we have less than 30 days for the 100 days.
Oh, really?
They sat here. Here's the dishonest thing about this whole 100. Mr. So, will you please let me make my statement?
No, I'm asking. I check. For me, I don't have calendar. My wife, my phone doesn't have calendar.
Okay, whatever. Please, Mr. So, like I said, I don't mind eating crow. But if I'm going to eat crow on the glass table,
listen, it is not about you eating crow. It is about your dishonest and inability.
Mr. So, will you please let me do my show? Whether I'm dishonest or not, that's not your business. In fact, you are not part of us anyway. So why are you coming here? Those of us that cry for us to be successful, let us cry to our people. You stay out of it.
How you divided the country, you get what? One group of people, another group of people, right? That's how you divided us, right?
Mr. So, let me say this. The point that I'm angry about tonight, the point that I'm angry about tonight is because these people, let me bring in Jerry. Maybe Jerry will stabilize the situation for me.
He's another angry man.
Okay, okay, that we'll see that. So the reason why I'm angry, the reason why I'm angry, because these people, they are so unserious. They are so unserious.
Wow.
You would think
the people.
The Baka administration. But what you want me to say again? That your last time asking that kind of question before I start speaking heavy crying.
Ask your patron too, Mr. Bacon. Are they on serious?
Yeah, but Mr. So why you want to interrupt my show anyway? Let me finish my that you see that what y'all can do. Let me finish. Like I said, I'm not even gonna mind you, sir. I don't even see you, sir. I don't even see you. But no, on a very serious note. The reason why I'm saying this, if these people were sincere, you would think they would start laying the groundwork instead of having Amara Kone to say, lower your expectation. Amara Kone gave them a bridge or off-ramp from the highway, and they refused to take it. You would think by this time, the information minister, those who are around the president, would have already assessed the situation. Because many Liberians now, this 100 days deliverable has become the linchpin of the success or failure of this government, as far as many Liberians are concerned. And we know that is not supposed to be the case. The president made that statement. It's a statement to encourage all of us to work, to make sure things happen. So I don't know what kind of mandate tonight.
Listen. I hope this meeting was not going on, but we're going to continue it. Don't be the Michael Cohen here and be like a fixer. At the same time, you want to be honest, but you're thinking who looking at you, and we're going to be the repercussion. You can face your color as well. Do you agree with your guy?
Mr. So,
because I'm facing my car, so I'll be afraid.
I will bring Mr. Jerry in.
You guys seem to be embarrassed. It's kind
of yesterday. No, we're not embarrassed, Mr. So. You're not going to wrap this thing around. We want to be truthful, and this is thing that meaning Liberian during president we had time they were unable to be truthful. For us, we will be truthful. If we see it, we'll call it out. And President Baka is quite aware of it. President Baka is a mature leader that knows when some of us are talking something like this, he knows something is wrong.
So
he's not going to take our words and turn it into some sort of a hurtful thing.
So is he aware of what is going on? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I say so.
Meaning he approves of it.
Mr. So, you asked me if you're aware. And being aware of something and approving are two different things.
And so what did he do to stop it? If he's aware?
So the whole thing is still in progress. The thing is still in progress. Your meeting, you're getting late for your meeting. Will you please leave so Jerry and I can have a real conversation about what is happening with us?
Your tabata for the net, right?
Yeah, thank you. Bye. We'll see you later. I don't know what
you went to Liberty
Party.
Don't
worry about it. Goodbye, Mr. So. Nice knowing you.
You broke it down.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Nice knowing you.
You have Jared Bacon, Real CDC.
Okay. Jared, don't say anything. You will soon be leaving. You and myself will have a fruitful conversation tonight. This is a very serious business that we need to have a conversation. And you're here trying to throw jab and want me to eat crow right away. I'm not doing that. So, are you done? Good night, Mr. So.
No, I finished. Yeah, the other man here too. Another washing.
But when you think you're coming on my show, my guests, the beautiful people that I have here, to have fruitful conversation, you're going to come and try to throw sand in our gari? It's not going to work. Because we know who you are. You're conservative. And your conservative view cannot override the liberal view. So you're going to fail. And in fact, saying you start that one, if I see that your PhD patron, it's not coming into that. If I see that Georgia conservative, he's not coming. That one Terry back on myself here tonight.
You guys, this is so sad. Terry is the guy that is trying to walk the front line, and you, Samson, told, being assisted heavily by Jerry Bacon, which of course is not a surprise. You're trying to contaminate a young man here.
Baron, please go find somewhere else to chat. Get up there. We say you're not in favor of me. Go somewhere else tonight. We don't want you.
Okay, go ahead. I said you have 15 minutes.
Okay. So before you continue to do that, let me just say this, Mr. So, on a very serious note, this is what makes us different. Those of us that support President Bakar, not necessarily the Unity Party, but we do so with honesty. And we promise ourselves that if we see something that we don't think is in the interest of the people, we're not going to hide ourselves. And from that perspective, and you're making this point tonight, and let me say this before I bring in the two gentlemen that just joined us. And the point that I'm making is this. America months ago told us that we should lower our expectation, strictly based on the fact that the president said we're going to have a 100-day deliverable. America gave these people, the government of President Bakar, of rent, in my opinion, because they should have used that opportunity to start talking to the Liberian people what exactly they're trying to do. We can try to go 400 miles, but in the meantime, we are putting gas in a car, we are putting tires on this train, and we're going to roll. We're not going to stop. But we don't want you to think that tomorrow, if we don't get to Ganta, that we're not going there. We are going there, but we're in the process. This is the process. That was the offering Americana gave us. And what did we do? We refused to accept that offering. We refuse to expand on it. We refuse to provide the information to our brothers and sisters from Liberia. Now the 100 days is going to be over, and we have nothing to show, and we will look like people with little kids that have no knowledge. This is the same group that stay in power for 12 years, and they're acting like the people who have not seen power before. I would say so.
This is a complete disgrace.
I don't care. I don't care. I will express myself freely, Mr. So. I'm a liberal.
Terror is like someone you drop someone in the forest.
Okay.
That's how your feelings about you tonight.
Yeah, well, I don't care. The Baron guys writing tonight. I don't like it.
You can be all out of fight with people. That's why you're gonna
let me go to Jerry. Jerry, thank you for joining me tonight. To be honest with you, I'm a little bit taped off in that people have been complaining over and over. And it seemed to me that the President Bakar not even taking the podium anymore. Because that's one of the things he used to do during the campaign and after the election to enlighten the Liberian people what is happening. We don't even see him anymore. We don't see him on the podium. I have not seen him. What's going on?
Don't get Jerry pressure over, please. How you doing?
Jerry,
please. I don't got no pressure.
Please, go ahead.
I'm cool like a cucumber.
Thank you. The man is coming here to say flower, Jerry. Don't let him get into that. Please, let's talk our thing. I beg you. Go ahead, my brother. Terry will be coming to you very shortly. Go ahead, brother.
Look, don't be panic. You see, I said it last time, and you see I was preaching. And Liberia is a Christian nation. The principle of our nation, the foundation of our nation. You see, when things happen, as a leader, you find remedy, you find solution to that problem. As a leader, if you cannot find a solution to that problem, then you're not a leader. And I'm confident the 100 days of Bakar presidency, Your Excellency, I may say, folks, Look, every leader, there might be missteps, but as a leader, you have to strengthen it up. Do I have it? No. Do I want to see more progress? Of course, yes. Do I want to see some changes effective immediately? I want to make some changes.
Oh,
But look, Liberian people, relax.
what, reshuffle?
Mr. Soul, the
I'm
gentleman,
We got
the
to
young
get the
man is
audience. We
speaking.
can't.
Please,
This
Mr.
is not a
Soul,
society bush.
I'm in charge. I'm running a show here tonight. It is my show. Please, go ahead, Jerry.
If it will make it work, that's fine. You can do reshuffle. It doesn't matter. You have to wait for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years before he made reshuffle. You make changes. Look, policy come about because of our behavior.
Oh God.
No. When I came to America, New Day, you know what happened? We used to do car point. Boom, you put your car inside, right? No, we used to write. You come in there, you sign your name, then you come to work. 8 o'clock, you write 8 o'clock. People were delinquent. And they came and said, we got to start using punch card.
Mr. Barker.
No, I just come in. So you see,
Mr. Soul, he's laying the groundwork. Please, go ahead, Jerry.
On people behavior.
Oh God.
So look, listen. Mr. Buckeye going to get rid of this thing that's going on. It's just matter of, look, Mr. Soul.
What is going on?
I'll be honest with you.
What's going on?
Huh?
What is going on?
Can you wait the man and let him finish his statement?
No,
What's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know. Yeah.
Jerry, please go on.
No, come here. No, he asked me a question. What's going on?
Going to walk away with your counsel and lead
No, listen. Hey, man. Look,
if I'm not here, that one you're
not coming suffocate me.
You're missing your meeting, Mr. Soul.
No, listen. You're not going to suffocate me. Yeah, he's not going to suffocate me.
On me now. I beg you before you can call federal people on me after that.
Well, look, the Liberian people, Buckeye, there was a mandate given by Buckeye, by the Pablo folks, that he is here to rescue the Liberian people or to rescue Liberia. No, listen. Maybe you have forgotten, but let me bring it to your attention. Look at the IMF, the World Bank. They're all willing to work with Liberia. Look at Buckeye. You'll be surprised. What happened to the War Crime Court? People all say, look, Mr. Buckeye will deliver. It's not what you want him to do, but Mr. Buckeye will do what is in the interest, what is the best for the country, how he want to move the country forward. That's what Mr. Buckeye going to do.
Thank you. Let's go to Terry. Terry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I don't know, actually, but I just saw Labor venting and expressing some disappointment, but I don't know where the disappointment coming from. I can only speculate because of his aggression. It seems like the era have been jeopardized. I don't know if that is the role you referring to, because we overheard something about the same company is being given contracts to carry on road projects. So I don't know if that's where you're coming from, or I don't know if there are other things going on. But yeah, I think there is some repeat of the past leadership keep reoccurring in things that we felt that this government would have gotten rid of.
Let me bring in Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones, good evening. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. So it is not within your purview to welcome anybody on this show tonight.
You're looking for allies.
Yeah, he does, but it's not going to work. Go ahead, Terry.
Yeah, so there are some things, or there are many things. You see, what I'm observing about President Bokar, and I don't want that to be, is that he's a kind of leader that follows. You know, they have leaders that follow other leaders. All right. You follow leaders. Leadership should be something that you create. A leader should be a creator. A leader should be an inventor. You know, a leader cannot be, especially a senior leader cannot be somebody who will be implementing after the implementation of another person. You have to be able to design your own creation. You have to be able to develop your own strategies that people will follow. You cannot be taking after other people and doing what other people did. So I think those are some of the symptoms that I believe will cause hindrances in President Walker's government, because he's still dealing with the same old people. That is one of the deficits. And until he can rectify those things, his leadership will struggle to thrive. And that is what I just seen from my projection. That was on the show. I asked you, Labor, I say, can President Walker fulfill the 100-day deliverable on the road project? And you, as an engineer, said it's not possible, because you know exactly what it looks like to do construction work, especially in Liberia, even rehabilitation and all that. So, but I think, like you said, Liberian, that President Walker has not been speaking. He have been speaking. He have been speaking to several different organizations. I just listened to him the last time with the Zogo stuff. He spoke during the Ramadan. He spoke, and he have been speaking. He have been engaging several platforms. All right, but maybe you have not been following, or maybe you have not been hearing him speaking on the issues you want him to really speak on. But I think in order for President Walker to really be successful, he have to be an inventor. He have to create his own path. And to be honest with you, I thought President Walker was going to be a radical president that would have to be under Mercedes, that would have really deal with the West differently. And I saw that perspective. I saw an indigenous Liberian coming to the stage, looking at Liberia from the indigenous mindset, not repaying the past, but also identifying the errors of the past and taking a strategic position that will actually weaken the American Liberians clique syndrome. But what I'm seeing now, it seems like the Eugene can say the cartel, the American Liberian cartel is still in full swing in Liberia. And I thought he was going to weaken that. But the way I see him thriving, his government will struggle. That is all I can say.
Thank you. Thank you. And Terry, just to say that before I go to Mr. Soul and Dr. Jones, I do agree with you. And this so-called clique here, I think I made a statement earlier before you guys came in that we need an institutional revolution, not violent, but an institutional revolution where we will identify these people. And it seemed to me that even if you take a government or the person, the like of President Baka, whom we know, all of us believe that he's a decent person, but that his inner circle has been infested with these so-called pretenders that say they have the interest of the people and indeed having their own interest. This is what we see. How do we get around it? Only if President Baka is not successful to do exactly what you're saying to do, to make his government to be government of people, of capable people. Instead, he has, from my perspective, he has government right now that are of interest-based government. And that is not taking us anywhere. And I'll be truthful with that. Let me go to Mr. So. Mr. So, before you take leave of us, what's on your mind?
You are very calculative, very strategic to put me on layaway because I told you I got a 9 o'clock meeting, but I sent you a text. I just want you to look at it too to get your consent, and then I can act on it. I probably want to join the conversation. Look, on a serious note, I think for some of us, we forecast some of these difficulties are going to come, but the life of you, Jerry Bacon, who's the other person, and Terry tried to tell us Terry here, and you push Terry aside. Just why the CPP and the boycotts group did to Alexander Coleman. You push Terry aside and all of that. So, but look, the challenge is obvious. I want my government to succeed because when the government does better, it's good for the country, it's good for our people, it's good for our very self. But it is a difficult thing. This thing started from the onset. And this is why some of us frown on you guys because you never had the courage to speak about these things here. And you were acting like everything was okay. Your favorite name that you used to call team stabilized, I no longer hear that word from you. I'm not sure whether it disappeared from the dictionary now or whatever you used to take it from. Yeah, so I mean, they have been having multiple issues, almost operating just like the CDC. You go on this one, it is incomplete, it is undone, it's not settled, there's no result. Well, you jump to this one here. Even starting with the assets recovery. You have Emmanuel Gongwe, I've been begging him to come, he's been promising he can't come, jumping in the street to effect an arrest when even that very committee who have been under the supervisions of the Ministry of Justice of the Republic of Liberia that has the prosecutory arm to prosecute and send people to court. You have people just collected, I don't know where they bought those vests from Amazon or whatever, and they just put it on there, and they went out there and tried to call, and it causing chaotic situation. Come on. Your core name as a rescue is an interpretation to restore hope, good governance, and those things want to be solved gradually. But it looks like they want to get it done so quick, so fast. I don't know to appease who or what they want to do. And this is why this whole train is going the way it's going. Coming to the downsizing of people. Why the true people are there, people being put in the system, but there should be a way those things to be addressed. Remember, Jerry Bacon, why will you come here? Can't tell us a popular vote win massive vote. What are you talking about? That was that vote, that win was the margin of error. And this is just why you and this guy here, you don't want to be, I don't want to be honest on this network. And we will not allow you guys to allow things to just slip. And this is why the Liberal strategically planted you here and he gives you more time to speak than any other person. He now abandoned Terry because Terry is want to be on the right side of history. Even though I'm going to keep going, but I can rely on Terry. You guys going to kind of tweet Terry around, but I know one person here you can't ban. It's Dr. Murray Jones because we are the independent, the real actual independent voices. When we speak on this network, the people listen to us.
Okay.
I'm here.
Thank you.
Hold on. Let me just do my last word. You come here, you be dizzy. That's the time to dance.
But Mr. Mbale was playing softball last night. You listen to him?
I listen to him. I hope you too. He's not being dragged into this Samson pool they have on this network.
The doctor was playing softball last night.
Over, I will join back, but I think
no. Once you leave, the opportunity to come back is shut down.
Oh, how you want to do it now? You want to operate like the Gulag in the Soviet Union? When you go for good. Okay, Kev, I'm sending the link to you. Kev will be in place for me tonight.
That's good.
Oh,
that's
good.
Kev
you bring it? Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. Mr. So you know how to call trouble. Remember, I know that one. I know for sure.
This is LPR.
You know how to call trouble.
Probably keep testing me yourself, but I told you say nothing.
Okay, let me go. Thank you, Mr. So. Please, when you're done with the meeting and we're still on, join us again. Let me go to Dr. Jones.
And I will.
Let me go to Dr. Jones. Dr. Jones, good evening. Thank you very much. I am still tipped off in that the way this government is running. From my perspective, I am not happy because they are not giving me information that I thought would be helpful in making Liberian to understand. And here's my point here before I let you go on, Dr. Jones. In this day and age, the information process is very important. Liberians are not stupid. 100-day deliverable, they know 100-day, you're not going to find gold in the street of Monrovia, diamond in the street of Monrovia. We're not going to get that. So we know that. However, as I stated earlier, Amara Conan was the first person to ask Liberians to lower their expectation. And we jump on it negatively. Jump on it to beat on Amara Conan. Now, for me, I thought that was an opportunity that Amara Conan was giving us some sort of an off-ramp where we would have used that opportunity to enlighten Liberians, not necessarily to lower their expectation, but to say, for example, we are on our way to Circuit Pier, but the car that's supposed to take us to Circuit Pier, the truck, we got to fuel it, we got to put gas in it, we got to put tires on it, we got to make sure all the loads and the passengers are collected, and we put them on so we can go. We will get to Circuit Pier, but we are on time, not necessarily getting to Circuit Pier the time we said we're going to get there, but we will get there as a people. Those are the kinds of explanation, so to speak, I thought this government would have been on by this time. So by the time the 100 days is over, Liberian will understand that yes, indeed, the government intends to deliver certain things, and those that are not going to be delivered, the government have also already told us that they are in progress. But no information, nothing. The only thing you hear from this government is who's eating what money and who's making what flour. This is something that I'm not going to be quiet about. I'm not going to be bashful about it. I will make my point. And and like I said, I'm not here for friendship. My hair in your ma, your hair in my ma, I'm Raku, nothing you can do to me. And I will be very truthful because this is not something that we can do. And here is another reason here, Dr. Amali. The reason why I'm very tipper here. If you go on social media, the people going around touting the road rehabilitation process. And if you understand the process that the people are showing, you will get upset. They're only showing the clay to be shiny. When the sun shining, because they grade the clay, so the clay is shiny. They're not showing you what you need to do to protect that clay. Nothing. The grading. This is the same grading process they've been doing that caused the problem in the first place. So when the rainy season comes, those areas that are shining, the clay will fall into deep, deep mess because they're not covering it up. And this is some of the things that really get to me. Go ahead, Dr. Malik. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Libra. Terry just said I was playing softball last night. I think he's right because it's like I even told you on the platform that I seen you going in a very different direction, which of course tend to be in alignment with my objective, independent approach to things. And for that, I tried to go softball last night. And when you start to ask the question, why this is not happening, why this is not happening, I will try to provide. You're not happy about how the direction of how things going instead of you supporting it, even though it's still going in a hole, but you swift now, not supporting it. And I think it will give me an more appetite to appear and play some softball. Anyway, I think Jerry Barcon stressed a very important thing last night. And that important thing is that we should not jump the gun. And that's a very key point, and I took into consideration myself. But again, we also stressed last night that we hope to see some symptom of thing. I even said, okay, if we're talking about the 100-day car shouldn't get stuck. I said, I want to see some blueprint. Have they gone around to make some assessment to say, oh yes, the government have been around the 16 countries, there are a lot of assessment made on roles. They try to look at this place farm to market role, even give us some statistics about some other things, and what have you. But we don't see this. So this will give cause to anybody to worry whether the 100 days will actually be a completed stuff. You see? So that's where the worry is coming from. And those are legitimate concerns. You see? I said here last night, I said, well, if Mr. Toll, you build a school building. You have not called a meeting to recruit teachers. You have not even recruited students. You have done nothing. But you're telling me next year by this time, you'll be graduating 200 students. You're confusing me. They still painting the building. No one has come inside. No parent association meeting. I will worry about your projection you're making. You see? So for me, I think I will have to wait and see, even though some of the preliminary, as I told you last night, the maritime boss and the agriculture minister, they have already come up with a national agenda, 5-year plan. These are the things we want to see from every sector. Now, when we're talking, someone can hold my leg and say, look, Jones, you can't jump the gun. They may have got a 5-year plan already. He's working within the scope of some clearly defined objective. That's good. But I have not even seen that with the educational ministry that have a whole lot of problem, according to some sources. All right. But I really want to commend the maritime boss for now. However, I got a question for Terry. Terry said Joseph Barker is a traditional government. That's true. I agree with you. But he are not taking a position that will weaken the American-Liberian clique. My God.
Okay, the data wrote that thing down. I thought I think
Yes,
about
I wanted to ask. We got to, but the thing is, when it's Babaton, you got to read it to avoid all confusion. So I wanted to be a bit educated because it's like Joseph Barker government is moving. I've been trying to use my spectacle to see how many Congo men in this thing, but it seems to be the traditional boys are heading this thing here. I stand to be corrected. But my question to you now is, who are the Congo American-Liberian clique that Joseph Barker have failed to weaken their defense line? And maybe they causing
very good question.
Are they causing problem for him? So I just want some little education on that.
Go ahead, Terry.
Oh, yeah, okay. Thank you, Liberia. But you see, one of Liberia's major problem, all right, that you stressed the last time, but you did not come at it with in a good way. You came like, oh, the slave people, but and things like that. But Liberia problem is a systemic problem that started with the American-Liberian that we call Congo people. And I don't like to have the discussion like this because the show is not about it. So I just threw that out there. But in order to be able to thrive and change the trajectory of Liberia, you have to weaken that clique in the society. And I hail from that society too. When I mean I hail from that society, I'm a native man, but my name alone tells you the position I found myself. I know the hierarchy and the meaning of it and the impression it had on the Liberian society. So I was one of those who support the indigenous return to power. All right, the likes of President Doe that was brutally murdered by reason of the history through the same cartel of the American-Liberian systemic culture of impunity that they wanted to continue to thrive in our society. So today we see the likes of Doe, that the war in Liberia was not because of, it was not a tribal war. The war was a systemic war that was strategized by only a few elites, and you all know that. But so what I'm saying is that any leadership that have come to power since the likes of President Doe leadership have been on the foundation of this particular narrative. And until those things can be seriously addressed by a leader that God will bring to power from the indigenous reign, by making sure that certain class and system of governance do not thrive in our society, Liberia will never grow. Let me tell you, the indigenous Liberians are the one that will develop Liberia. For me, I speak from a spiritual perspective. The traditional Liberian, the indigenous Liberian, they are the one that will develop Liberia. And until they can see themselves not in that inferiority complex position, they will never be able to do what they're supposed to do. Look at President Weah came to power. What did he say? President Weah came to power, he said, well, my Ellen government, 80%. After that, instead of him persecuting the past leadership, he did not. He sat down in a lazy boy chair, and at the end of the day, the people moving from power. And who the people brought in? An indigenous son of the soil, two indigenous, Jeremiah Kuhn and old man Jay Barker. What do these people expect for them to do? They expect for them to deal with that system, that elitism that have controlled the Liberian society for many years. And until that can be solved, I'm not going to give you names tonight, because if I do, it will not be good. This is not a platform for it. I was just showing something out there. But I am doing a study on that system that I know is one of Liberia's major problems. And until those systems can be destroyed, most of these contracts will be going to them. Most of the government, most of the money will be going to them. You understand?
Thank you.
And Liberia budget, you talk about the agriculture, all those things are just paper, Mr. Mali. The Liberian budget is 600 million. Can it reach all those dimensions? It cannot. So we're still going to try.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're being joined now by Honorable Kia-san, and I will bring him on to be part of this conversation tonight. Mr. Hassan, good evening. Thank you for joining us. We hope that you are still with us here tonight, and we hope that your stay will be the pleasure one as well. This is Liberia Public Radio, where we have a serious conversation of everything Liberia and anything Liberia. And so please join us. Thank you. Let me go to
Libra. I wanted to give a little response and some little interjection.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Maybe this is not the time for this platform, but I think we need to be a bit mindful here. When terrorists is talking about Congo clique, this government, as far I'm concerned, when I put it under the microscope, it's an indigenous tribal politicians running the system right now. 1980 caused a devastation for the American-Liberian hegemony. So if we try to create a concept like they have resurrected and now in the mainstream of governance, I take serious exception to that. Now, one. Two, Joseph Barker is president for every Liberian, be it American Liberians. So if we try to put line through there, we might soon be preaching what I call a divisive politics. And I don't think that's going to august well for how Liberia is polarized right now. I really don't see an American-Liberian clique jamming or undermining our governance right now. I really don't see it, you see. So maybe at another time, we'll really go into detail of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time when I came up here and said Liberia was inherited by slaves, probably I did not put a qualification there, free slave or autonomous slave or independent slave, but it was inherited by slaves. and they left behind certain mentality. And that mentality has been metamorphosed by the indigenous politician in many ways.
Okay.
Someone even said, someone even said, taking money to America or other places to invest it is wrong. We can steal the money and invest in the system for the people to benefit. So it's not taking different trend right now. You see? So I say maintain Liberia, there comes that tobacco farm mentality, looking at Liberia as a farm, reaping and coming in the United States to live. That was the mentality.
Thank you.
See? Yes. So I just
Thank you.
want to, maybe we need time to really go into it, but it's a sensitive topic. Sometimes I don't want to waste much time on it. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, folks, let me again, Samson to Liberian Public Radio. Mr. George, your lighting condition is not showing something. Yeah, okay.
Just tell you it's full.
Okay. All right. So let me just say this here as well. With many of us here now, so let's try to make our conversation very short and brief so that we all will have the opportunity to respond to whatever it is we have to talk about. Again, thank you, Mr. George, for joining us. Let's go to Jerry. Jerry, thank you very much. I know you've been patiently waiting here as well, and then we'll come to Kiab-san in that round. Jerry, we're talking about the government that we all support, but you also said last night that if you see something that perhaps is not in the interest, or the government is doing something that perhaps is not for you, don't seem to be in the interest, you will speak out. Is there time yet, or do you think you will wait until we have the 100 days report?
Well, I mean, from the onset, I always say, look, Mr. Barker deserves the president a 100 days honeymoon. I still stand by my decision, and I said do that. But let me come to Terry something quick. There are three factors. Well, no. I'm not. You said something. No. I just want to make something quick, and I will come to
go ahead, Mr.
the president attribute. There are three things. There are three categories of people that we have in Liberia. First, we had a country, we had a country conquer, or we had a conquer. These are the three attributes we have in Liberia. The country, like my forefather. The country conquer, that would be me, because what? I was reared by the Congo people, and the Congo people that were those who I live for, and which of course I will go into detail in another time. But I just want to make sure that these things are the three categories of people that we have in our country today. And these are the things that really hurting the system of our country. They are called chaotic, pandemonium, whatever adjective you want to use. But let's come to Mr. Barker, 90 days or honeymoon, I always say, or 100-day honeymoon. Look, once the president, you are appointed by the president have confidence, all confidence in you, that the position or the ministries or the agency that the president has appointed to you, there's a mandate from the president. The president is believe in you that you're going to execute it. Look, Mr. Barkai, the president said 90 days or within the 90-day period, there's no car will be stock. You, as the Minister of Public Works, you have to do everything in your weak ways to make sure it's executed. You understand? You have to do everything. Because I know where I work. If the governor say, I want this to be done, we do everything in our government office to make sure that it is executed. Because the governor has made it known, within the states, that we do everything. But here's the thing I want us to take from this thing. I said it last night. Where is the blueprint? I said it last night. Where is the blueprint that we're going to go by and say, within 100 days, that no car will be stock? Where is the blueprint? Are we reaching out to the Liberian people and tell them, that the 100 days is almost over. How do we get out of it? And what we're going to tell the Liberian people? Because it's a promise that you make to the Liberian people. Although we're in April now, 2 months from now, it'll be reading season. Are we going to meet what the president has said? So when the president appoints you to the position, and when the president make a decision and say, this is what's going to happen, you in that ministry or in that agency, it's your responsibility. Make sure it's executed. Even if it's not executed, there should be a blueprint where you will present it to the people. And like you said, I don't want to go through too many times because I know other panelists have to speak. But these are issues that we are facing.
Thank you.
And the Minister of Public Works, the Minister of Transport, we need something. Let Liberian people see some action.
Right.
Let's see something visible.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jerry. And what the point you're making before I go to Keith here is quite correct. Again, I think when the president made a statement to say in 100 days, no car will get stuck in this country, does not negate the fact that even if you're going to fix the road, that you should now throw the environmental issues throughout the window. And the people are going about the way they're rehabilitating the road as though there is no environmental concern at all. And those are things that is really troubling to me. But let me go to Kiafsan. Kiafsan, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. What's on your plate this evening? What do you think you want to talk about? Before I don't want to saddle you with any topic other than a topic that perhaps you think you want to discuss.
Well, again, I would say hi to everybody on the platform. But I would like to continue with this 100 days deliverable you guys are talking about. I think a lot of Liberians and Joseph Bokai, I think they underestimate the problem in Liberia, and that's why they were all around making all those false promises, over promising the people without a good case study about the situation in Liberia. I think he was stuck in a mindset of, he was vice president under a government that was heavily funded by donors. So he's stuck in a mindset. When I listened to his VOA interview, I knew that the country would be in trouble. If you go back to that VOA interview before the election, they asked him, with all the promises, where are you taking this money from? The answer was, we got friends. Go back to that interview. Tells me that he's still stuck in a wall of donor. So when you hear him talking about no car with stock, no this, he still feel that he under that 12 years of heavily funded government by the international community. And he forget to realize that those funds were temporarily. They needed to help Liberia to get on her feet. George Weah government is the first government since post-war that was on her own. Without no major international support, they had to generate domestic revenue in order for stuff to go on, to pay bills. So he made a lot of promises. He over and estimate the situation. People need to go back and realize that the war that we fought, we are feeling the pinch now. You know, I was talking to somebody, and they said, look, and if you're in the home and you have this help coming, you actually don't feel it until you on your own. Like some people in America here, right? They they depend on all those, food stamp, all those things. Some people, but when those things cut and you start to work, and then you realize that, and it's tough. So, and that's what happened to
Thank
this
you.
government, and that's what happened to this government. So now this government feeling the pinch. They don't know where to start, and you see how this government all over the place, don't know where to start. So uh, I think it's Mr. Jerry or somebody said, if you are Minister of Public Works, you gotta do. He asked the question, where the Minister of Public Works getting the money from? Where they getting the money from to fix the road? Where they getting the money from to do all this 100-day deliverable? No, there's no money. Our sectors are not performing because it's now we are on our own. So all the stuff they say about George, we are government. Oh, you're not doing it. You're not doing it now. And let me say this. Lastly, all the companies, he talking about the CTM, he talking about this, he talking about that they were talking against, they're still using the same folks, the same people, no change in every area, every sector. It's international. It's international. That only RRA road, they still using is international. The same identical folks that they were talking about, they're still using them. So I will just stop for now. And
Thank you.
guys,
Thank you, Kev. This is Liberia Radio, of course, and so we are not allowed, just by sheer the platform rules, we are not allowed to just run with our talking point. I'm a little bit surprised because you're not stranger to Liberia Public Radio. Specifically, you're not stranger to the Liberal. I'm a little bit surprised that you will come here and say, during President Weah administration, you guys are running the government strictly on domestic revenue. Kiasa, we read Minister Tuasani, millions and millions of documents, money coming from IMF, coming from African Development Bank. I was involved with other projects funded by African Development Bank. All I can say, speculation, by the way, and I'm very good at that. If your government have not sifted most of the money that were coming in, we won't be in a mess. President Bakai's met us in the hole that you and your people dug for us. And President Baka is now trying to dig us out, and you're going to sit here on the Broad Public Radio to say that now President Baka has realized that now we're doing things for ourselves. Kia-san, thank you. We'll give you the opportunity that you will respond, but I just want to throw that out there.
yeah,
That
I want to respond.
Of course you will. But I just want you to know that this is Liberia Public Radio where we have serious conversation. Mr. George, thank you for joining us. We're here. I am very tip off with the progress of this administration in terms of the 100 days deliverable and the lack of information process in preparing, in other words, to prepare our people to know that there will be certain things that perhaps they were not going to be able to deliver. But there's no information coming, and our people expectations are high. So my thing is, if we don't provide that information, the like of Kia-san will find any opportunity to provide us, to improvise and help us and help the Liberian people understand from his perspective. And there was no way that we can push back because we do not have the information from the Ministry of Information, information from the government to be able to push back on Kiafsa, except coming out to speculate and try to reply to the like of Kiafsa, which is sometimes very difficult because he's a very intellectual person, and he can, if you're not careful, he will take you to the clinic. Go ahead, Mr. George. Go ahead. What's on your plate, and what do you want to? Do you care to respond to those?
Yeah. I've been following you, Samson, though, yesterday and today. But anyway, I'm not surprised at you. You know, do you expect the president, that your president, that our president, because me, I'm an opposition. But I have said it, I said I will give the government 6 months before I can start seeing anything. But Samson told for you to come here and say you are disappointed in not hearing anything. Today, they had a Minister of Information speaking. Mentioned for the same 90 days, what they are doing, what they want to do. So I don't know. President not just will speak on every day, hello, hello, no. There are occasions, there are things that happen, you expect the president to address it. That's why you got lieutenants. The Minister of Information spoke on the issue today. But that's your government. You put one sing the song, so you can disagree with what they want to do, everything. But I want to address certain things. Terry spoke about indigenous Liberians. And I have fun with his word, indigenous Liberian, Congo Liberian. As I always say, we are seeing the devil dancing before. We are seeing all the people before in power. So why we want to sing all one group of people to make them to look like they are somehow better than the other people, when they all fall in the same corrupt attitude? 1989, there was a coup. 13 people were executed by indigenous. 1980. 13 people were executed for corruption. What we saw after 9 to 10 years, what happened? We plunged into civil war. Came back. Another half American Liberian took over again. 12 years, massive corruption. Another indigenous king, 6 years, massive corruption. I think what we should be talking about is a patriotic Liberian. A patriotic Liberian, that's what we should be talking about. Because all these groups, they are fair to people, they are fair to us. I can't take one and put over the other one and say this one better than this one. No. What I think we should be looking for is individuals who are nationalists, a patriotic Liberian, who will come to change the direction of the country, that everybody will feel that it belongs to the country. That's what I think we should be talking about. But I hate to hear about indigenous and come this and that. These people all are corrupt. We should be looking for people, whether Congo or country, someone who has a country at heart that would lead into the direction. I think that's what we should be talking about. 90 days. Oh, I mean, what is this 90 days? Sincerely speaking, do you people think in 90 days what any government around the world can achieve within 90 days? Show me, name me some country in 90 days what they did to change that country direction. That's the one show to me. Maybe you're a researcher, you can do and show to me in 90 days what the country did, what were the miracles that it to change the country from a direction that I say, oh yeah, we can see within 90 days. So I think we got to be very careful. If I want to buy into some people's acumen, 90 days no car will be stock. Now this is the dry season. Have you seen any car stock in the dry season? Why you people cannot wait for the rainy season to make the acumen? There's a dry season, no car will get stuck in Liberia. 90 days you cannot pave no road in Liberia. So I think those who say, oh, he said no car will be stock. This one, which area you're driving Liberia, car will be stock? Nowhere. It's July to September, you will see. Then that one I think people should be pointing out, okay, you said this, but look what is happening. But right now, no guy can get stuck in any area. So why people be saying that waiting for another day to come? Like some angel will come down to perform some miracle somewhere. It will not happen, people. There are things that they will talk about, yes. But for me to say, oh, I'm holding them at 90 days, nothing happened, so they have failed, no. Then I'm not being sincere. My brother K has mentioned something here. In the we are there government, 90 days, what company were brought in? I don't know. He spoke about CTM. Well, Senator Bill Traore, the tapes are there, you can go, the Senate hearing. When he was called there, at the time he was managing director, he said that he don't know the money of CTM, who collects it, who the reporter, he doesn't know. In one of his testimony at the Liberian Senate. And this man was managing director at the port. But telling you that he doesn't know the CTM money, who does it go to? And so Mr. Can tell me how much the CTM was paying to central government from 2021 up to last year, December. Maybe Kelson, you can give me that numbers to tell me that CTM was paying this amount in the government revenue. Now, Bill Traore himself said it. You can check the Senate website last year. I think it was last one he testified. He confirmed that no money. He didn't know who was collecting the money from CTM. But I want to say, you talk about East International. We came on the show and say East International was not competent, was not capable. They let Mabuni Yipa took that contract over and gave it to CTM. I mean, East International. Samson told him, I said, well, yeah, they had no equipment. Now they had to go to subcontracting Chico to take over that project. But what I'm trying to say is that I hear many people, oh, this contract must be canceled. First thing, we should find out what does that contract look like? What are the clauses? You can't just get up and just say, I'll cancel this contract. No. There are clauses in the contract. If we are not seeing the clause, then how can we assume that why they deal with this company? And if so, if we say that we're not going to deal with them now, what are the new companies in Liberia that are begging for this project? So we have to be very careful how we say these things. So that's my take on the issue. East International is there, Chico is there, but what are the other companies? Have we seen the contracts of that was signed between the government and the company to say anything you can just terminate them if they are not performing? And what will be the repercussions in terms of financial damages? So let us see the document, then we can speak on it. But during the action, that I would not come here and say, oh, why are they dealing with these people? Because most of them is complex. CTM there, they put all these things are complex. Clauses they put in there to tie government into it because federal government officials are corrupt. They will go and put the clauses that so tomorrow somebody you can't take them out, so they can just remain there.
All right, thank you, Mr. Joyce. Once again, let's try to make it brief so that we all will have the opportunity to speak. Okay, Terry is out. Let me go back to Dr. Jones. Dr. Jones. We're still on the same subject matter. I don't think we'll change subject here tonight. We'll stay with this one, President Baka, and the 100-day deliverable. What are some of the expectations and what have you? So Terry is back. Okay. So what would be expanding talk on this thing here?
Okay. That's a very good topic, and Mr. Baka made a statement here that it is on the shoulder of the Minister of Public Works. No, it's not on the shoulder of the Minister of Public Works. The bulk of anything that goes wrong in Liberia now is on the shoulder of President Baka. President Baka made a campaign speech, and in that campaign speech, apart from the role, he even said corruption will be the thing of the past when he win the election. I have not even seen a blueprint in that direction yet. All right, but let's limit it to the rule for now. You and myself know it's just impossible for the particular item here. The car will not stop. It's just impossible. The bidding rule issue is not an event. It's a process. It could even take over 12 years. You see, this is where it is regrettable. At this time in our history, we're supposed to be maintaining rules and modernizing rules, but the 27 years swallow all those things. So we'll go to that other area another time. You see, so this rule issue, it will be impossible for President Baka to deliver on the particular, and I'm talking about other era. But the road issue where no car will be stopped, I don't think it will be delivered because it's a process and it's not an event. Secondly, President Boakai did not tell us on which one of the road car will not stop. So they level in such a way that they can also come by with a lot of argument. Yes. All right. Whether it's in the hinterland, whether in Monrovia, or the terrible pub road in Monrovia, I don't know. And secondly, the issue of the rescue. I've always said it on this platform. That fine and colorful terminology, rescue team. The government never told us what they were rescuing, what they came to rescue. I always ask this question. Because rescue, it should be instant, it should be proactive, it should be pragmatic, it should be to the point.
The corrupt your administration. Now what again to rescue?
Okay, if you rescue a corrupt, that's a general perspective. We got to narrow it to some specific. That one. So I just wanted to, Libra, before I conclude, I just want to make one or 2 points of correction for the Honorable Hassan. In 2018, our government signed $24.7 million grant from the World Bank. The same World Bank, in 2019, they signed $25 million support grant. In June 2023, the U.S. government and the Liberian government signed $25 million through the World Bank. The our government borrowed $53 million from local banks in Liberia. The our government got a lot of money from abroad. They even inflated our debt that was reduced by Helen Johnson Sirleaf. It's debatable. We can enter it at another time or tonight. Thank you. Deborah?
Thank you. Okay, let me Jerry, before we come to you, let's go to K. Hassan. I think he wants to respond to a few things here. Then we'll come back to you, Jerry, please, if you don't mind. Go ahead, K.
Okay. You see, let's make this clear. Let's make it clear. Some of the things that I agree with the current president for is when he talked about the squandering of the opportunities that Liberia had. That's one of the things no, listen, Terry, it's serious. It's serious.
Go ahead.
I want us,
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Wow.
When he spoke about the goodwill. You see, when you borrow money and you gotta pay, and we're talking about the amount of money that came in that 12 years. Free money. I'm not talking about going to IMF, trying to take a loan. I'm talking about free money, goodwill. The current president now talk about goodwill. Goodwill. Free things. Let me tell you, number one, the government under the government under GMB at that time, where he was vice president, will look at education. NGOs, our partners were taking care of education. Our partners were taking care of health. Our partner was taking care of security. So many things our partner took care of. Under George Weah government, that opportunity was not there. We have to take care of our own security. We have to take care of our teachers. We have to take care of our healthcare. We have to take care of so many. Again, George Weah government, the first government in post-war that was on her own. Nobody can argue that. That the security of the nation, George Weah. Everything you think about, George Weah. So the opportunity that they had, George Weah government never. The support, the free money that they gave, George Weah never had that. So let's make that clear to our people. It's a night and day. You can't compare. You can't compare that. So I know you guys understand that. So let's leave that politics aside and know that if you don't take care of your security in your country and all that and everything we pay, you get enough money to build and fix that road.
Okay.
It take and again somebody talk about I think is Amos. Amos, let me say this to you quick, sir. The 100 days deliverable, it's not coming from the opposition now. It's not coming from the common man. It's coming from JMB. He said we should believe him, and we try to believe him that he will fix the road. He said that. He said that. So we got to hold him by his word. Because why? He's not a new man to governance. He's not a new man. He knows. So by him making that statement, we should hold him there because he knows. So we should hold him responsible for his comment.
Thank you. And I think that's exactly what we're trying to do here, all of us. But thank you very much. Jerry, let's come back to you. You'll be one who's been stressing that you will hold your conversation with respect to the 100 days until the 100 days come and go. Then perhaps you'll be able to make some comment on that. But while we're on this here, we're still going to be discussing that. If the 100 days come, and I'm trying to start asking you to look into your crystal ball. If the 100 day comes and nothing substantial whole determination, mine. If nothing substantial comes out of this 100 day, that perhaps people would say, folks, hold on one minute. Something is happening. Okay. Perhaps people would say, well, this is not what we thought was going to happen. Why is it that now that we're not getting X, Y, and Z when they say they're going to say? What do you say to those people who expectation are still going to be high, despite what asking them to tune it down?
Look, let me say my profession. Hello? I get a feedback?
Yeah, somebody audio is not taking up. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead.
See, in the military, we make adjustment. If you go to war and you see how the war progress, you make adjustment. Not static and say, I can make adjustment. Even if the 100 days come or the 100 day come, if now implemented with the president, Mr. Boakai, there's always room there for adjustment. That's one of the facts. Let me talk to Hassan. You know, he come here tonight and can talk part of Fitiya or Tabata, as you can say. George Weah government. You want to compare George Weah government? It's one of the number one corrupt government that ever existed since 1847. One of the first day George Weah took over, the first thing he said to the Liberian people, by the time he landed, he was throwing at the SKD Stadium. There was a plane landed. RIA, what he said. Somebody borrowed, one of his friends borrowed, told him. Today, 6 years ago, the friend still borrowed him the plane. Boakai been living in rehab there for the past almost 40 some more years. George Weah, by the time he was taking over office, they were breaking down 9th Street. Breaking down street. So you gonna come here tonight and you're talking about Joe, we had a lot of money. In fact, Dr. June just alluded to all the money that George we have received. You talk about security. That the security was paid by the international government. Okay, fine, granted. Where or what did he leave it? Look at the situation in our country right now. What job we are, Mr. Baka inherited. We talk about the security. People died under that job we administration up to this time. There's no investigation. There was no prosecutor, or they were not prosecuted. Auditors, children got missing. Baka King, Joe Wea said he left 40 million. Mr. Baka said he met not 29 million. Under your administration, Mr. Hassan, you brought money in the streets, divide money for people to change money. That's not how it works. With the records there. Then you going to come here tonight and can't talk about Mr. Baka? No, let me tell you something, Hassan. Probably you don't know me, but I am the founding member of CDC. You just come into CDC, or you just came to CDC. Ask one of your panelists. Ask one of your panelists. Tamalin George. Tamalin George. Ask me, call you right now. Call you on the connect me. When I was chairman for Rhode Island, he was my co-chair. I served on the Constitution Committee of CDC. I served as a grievance committee on CDC. So you can't tell me about CDC or how CDC government operate. You just came in. So look, George Weah administration, maybe after 10, 15, 20 years from now, history will be written about George Weah government. So don't come here tonight and kind of lecture Mr. Baka AYC. You know the history, what your government did. Baka is just, Baka, he was vice president. When you're vice president, what is read your constitution to preserve what? Over the what? On the Senate. She's not you serve at the pleasure of the president. The president was destined to give you responsibility.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jerry.
Again, I wish I can reply.
Yeah. We'll go around the room one more time,
and
then you have the opportunity. Let me go to Terry. Terry, we're about ready to wrap this thing up here. But go ahead. Do you get any comment on the discussion, or you want to add anything on it? Go ahead.
Yeah, actually, my internet is really giving me problem. When I mean problem, I'm hearing you guys, but it's like the internet is on, but the audio is coming very bad. But however, I think you guys hearing me, right?
Yeah,
I'll play.
So, yeah, and I've not really been catching a lot of stuff because the internet is really like the voice is crashed completely. But however, I think Kev is making some points on his, I think we need to progress from the campaign. President Weah, government is over. We need to move on. We have a new leadership now. You can either criticize the government that is in power now, or you can support them. But Liberians have chosen to move forward. One of the problems with President Weah leadership was that he was not much. They were not much responsible enough.
You want Liberian to move on, but you're not ready to move on, huh?
Well, yeah, I expect for us to move on from the past of acknowledging.
I'm just putting some fun. Go ahead, Terry, please.
Because that's a spilled milk now. So the only thing President Weah can do, and his people like Kevin, you can advocate for President Weah to come back in 2029. If your case plead well with the Liberian people, they will bring him on board. But obviously, Liberians have already seen President Weah's 6-year leadership. We are yet to see President Baka's 6-year leadership. We have only seen President Baka 3 months or 2 months leadership. All right. So you still got a lot to deal with. You still got a lot of hurdles to cross. You still got a lot of arguments to make in comparison to whether a President Boga is qualified enough to meet up with everything President. You can't argue a 2 months leadership to a 6-year leadership. The comparison cannot be compared. And you cannot compare President Boga leadership with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf leadership. You know, I listen to a lot of people say, oh, that Unity Party government. No, this is not Unity Party government. This is a different government. This is a merger. This government came to power. You got the Unity Party with the alliance. We got a vice president that is completely from a different political party. So, you know, this is and that is one of the reasons why CDC was not successful, because they did not see the alliance to be. They did not see the CDC and the MPP. They did not see it as a collaboration. They were always seeing the government to be a CDC government. You understand, eh? And I think that was one of the problems. This government, Unity Party, is not seeing it as Unity Party government, because if Unity Party is not even careful, they do not even have a standard bearer to run in 2029 if President Boga do not go. So you got to understand. So maybe it'll be an MDR ticket, because that is what it is. But, you know, yeah. So, but to just conclude, there is something I was saying, George. You guys will. I know you'll come with a lot of stuff. But you see, one of the problems, the whole entire country that we live in, the rubber industry. Do you know who controls the rubber industry? The properties in Liberia. Do you know who controls the properties in Liberia? Do you know who controls some of the banks in Liberia? Do you know or the money, the 600 budget that you spending in the country? You know where it's going? You know who get bulk of that money and how it is being circulated in the society? We witnessed the election. We saw who were calling the shots. Even with President Weah, we saw who were calling the shot. We saw who were calling the shot later on in the elections. And we must understand that President Doe came to power by few people who pushed him to it. And at the end of the day, few people came back and collected him out. All right. And since then, the government has been trending. Huh?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Guys, let him finish.
So there are a lot of factors in our society, and we feel that, you know, our political or system is actually a dormant political system that is just, you know, once the people come to power, everything is done. But then you don't ask yourself who called in the shot. Okay, yeah, go ahead. So
thank you. Okay, guys, let me take a few calls, and then we'll come to each of you. Keith, we will come to you for you to give us your closing as well, and then as intellectual as you are, you will most likely use that opportunity to make any comment you want. So let me go to Aaron Butler. Aaron Butler, you're on the line. Are you there? Make it brief, please. Go ahead. Aaron Butler, are you with us? Aaron Butler, are you there? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron Butler,
hello?
Can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear
hello?
Me? Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, good evening to all the panelists.
Thank you.
I just wanted to weigh in on the conversation a little bit. I was watching the show. Look, guys, especially, you know, those of you who support the current government. Look, the Liberian people voted you into office because you told them that you could do better than what President Weah did. We're not looking at President Weah now. I couldn't have agreed with Terry better. Hello?
We're listening. Go ahead.
We're listening.
Can you guys hear me? Yeah. I couldn't have agreed with Terry better. Why are you guys still dwelling on President Weah government? You know, and I listened to the other panelists over there, or I don't know his name.
Jerry.
under Jerry, talking about the vice president work at the pleasure of the president. Who told you? Which country have you ever seen the president fire the vice president? Where you ever saw it? The Constitution said the vice president shall assist the president. Both of them were elected on a ticket. The president cannot fire the vice president. So if you guys come here and say President Walker is making a mistake because you are vice president, you are vice president, then you guys, let me finish, sir. Then you guys doing the justice to the discourse, okay? Do what your government promised to do, and forget about President we are, okay? So that's a fact. The correction is the vice president does not work at the will and pleasure for the president. So I just want you to remember that. Thank you, guys. I'm listening.
Okay, let's go to Brigable. Brigable, please make it brief because we're almost out of time here. Brigable, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, but try to make it brief, please. Go ahead.
But you're coming too low.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. Make it brief.
Okay, thank you so much for the show. My old man and Amos George. Who forced President Walker to make those promises? Who told President Walker to promise that you'll make sure no cow is on the roof? Is President Walker now a ladro? Is he not know what is happening in the country? Was he not a president and vice president for 12 years? Before he made a statement? Apart from that, you keep on a mantra of change or rescue. If you define the word rescue, it clearly tells you that there was something that's happened that you cannot change. But if you come on now and say, oh, 100 days, that means nothing. The president will not stop himself. Okay. And then kind of my brother Jerry, Uncle Jerry, listen to Kev Hassan, what Kev Hassan said. Even you can put politics aside, and you can put politics in your mind and be real. The man said clearly to you, all the agencies discussing, the education ministry, the health ministry, all the agencies were controlled by NGO. The security system was controlled by AMIO, or the United Nations. Those areas were not 100% the government not responsible for that area. So the government had a free role. Could you imagine? A lot of people only have workers were on the NGO payroll. The government was having money coming in the country every day. Even they not pay. The NGO paying people. So money circulating in the country. So if you compare with President we had left who just left power, who his government will control will pay by only government. All the people in the country, I can say 100% are paid by government. You cannot compare with somebody that was having free money coming in the country. Maybe you are not abroad. That's why you know. Then you bring back adjustment.
Thank you.
Is abroad now that war front and war front?
Thank you.
You talk about adjustment.
Thank you. Let me.
No, I beg you 1 second. You can't only matter or change, but you're also laying on President we are stuff. If you compare President we are with Bogana, President we are think that better. President we are is the one that really pay a match on. When you know about in power.
Thank you. Please, we have other people.
No, let me learn one thing. Let me learn.
You got 2 seconds.
When you know in power, they spend a lot of money on the match for 12 years. 12 good years. President we are in less than 6 years when they built a mansion and moved in a mansion. Could you imagine?
Okay.
So how to be fair?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, good evening, Mr. Toh.
Thank you, Mr. Cooper. Go ahead.
Mr. Toh, how you doing? You sounding very low. You getting me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you for the show tonight, Mr. Toh. Stephen are telling me I want to make comments on that. Concerning the Concord and the native something here. You people are on father and older brother. At the time the Congo people are ruling, how many times you hear that the Congo people government they execute one another, or so many people got murdered in their government. They work together as a team, regardless of everything that happened in the country. But the native took over the country since
Wait now,
1980.
Cooper, when you make that statement, then that gives your age away. When you make that statement.
Get
So
a man chance.
I'm not saying
Hey,
you
bro.
should take it back, but we can point to Kuma, we can point to Harris. But there's a lot of people. Kuma and his son was killed by Todman security. So please go ahead. I just want to point that out.
That was a broad execution. What I'm saying was a something like unbelievable.
Oh, okay.
But when the government had just left the power, you saw how many auditors that got killed in our government. And today, these people, their family are grieving. Their grieving is getting it. And some of them, their family, some of the children, their motherland, the immigration woman.
Thank you.
If we continue to treat this divisive quality that conquer nature, like giving the nation here for all of us. The only thing that we should pray for is a leader who will unite the Liberian people. The country is highly divided. Let's say the truth.
Thank you.
Mr. Toh, let me end this sentence.
Okay,
how many people in the past government? Even in the Jota Baka government, how many Congo people are in the Jota Baka government? And the second point out there, we are seeing that the government, anytime they pass a bill or when they pass a budget, most of the money is spent on the salary. And the government is trying to cut down the employee. I can something marshal for 350 employees, almost 1,000. And they are putting out 600 people down there, people are complaining. So do we want for Jota Baka to employ people to bring million of other people to so that all the money for the country should not go after salary, but nothing should be done for the country? I think we got to stand up to the truth. Let the leader, we'll get the leader to change, let them do the right thing. When they're wrong, we tell them that they are wrong. Thank you, Mr. Toh.
Thank you. I just want to make this comment since we still have a lot of audience out there. And I'm not here to defend Terry. Terry can defend himself. He knows exactly what you're saying. But I think if we listen to the statement he made earlier, and that statement was, okay, thank you guys. Let me get you guys off here. That statement he made earlier was to say that the cartel, not necessarily to say Congo people against country people, but he's simply saying there are certain members of our society. It just happened to be that many of them are from the Congo background. And I believe that's basically what he's saying. And Terry been on this program for a very long time, and he doesn't preach divisive politics. In fact, he has not dwelled on Congo country. In fact, if you listen to his introduction, he told you, if you listen to his name, he told you what his connection is. So please don't try to use the simple.
So Mr. Samson told you cannot do this all.
Mr. Central Right, the is on the floor.
No.
The Liberia is on the floor.
Let Terry speak for himself.
Let me tell for you right now.
No,
this
let
is
Terry
not
speak for
Mr.
himself.
So. This is not.
No.
So this is
you not do that.
so please let me run my show.
Liberia, you wrong.
You guys
You can run your show, but you can't do that.
Mr. George, Mr. George, Mr. George, Dr. Malley, I'm running the show. I am the head tonight. Mr. George, I am the head tonight. When you come, listen, when your time comes to speak, you will speak to whatever you want to speak to, and I'm not going to stop you. Let me make my point. I'm a moderator, but I'm also entitled to my view. You're not going to, you two conservative will not come on here and try to stop my liberal view. It's not going to happen. I'm running the show and I will make my point. The point is,
the moderator have the right to clarify. He's not speaking for me.
He's speaking for you.
Terry is not mute you.
He's clarifying my position.
No,
he's not speaking for me.
Terry, I'm not speaking for Terry.
That is
I
wrong.
said, Terry,
No, he's not speaking for me. I can defend myself.
Point. I mean, I said already that I'm not speaking for Terry and I'm not defending Terry.
I'm not
defending him.
Please, guys,
clarifying.
Let me make my point. I'm entitled to it. And if you guys continue, then I will repeat myself.
But you can repeat
this is not some kind of stuff business. So I'm not here for your kumbaya here. I'm not friendship business. I'm not here for friendship business. This is not Mr. Social. This is the liberal show. I'm entitled to it. When the time comes for you to make your point, You can chatla me whatever you want.
But we can call you to a point.
But you
Anybody
can't
can call to a
stop
point.
me when I'm in the middle of making my point. That is uncivilized.
Well, you can describe on so but I think I'm just telling you what it looks like.
Let me go on to let's start. Since two you will be the last. In fact, let me go to Jared. Jared, give us your sorry, Jared. Let me go to our guest. Key officer, this is how we do business here. We don't agree on a lot of stuff. And the two from Mr. So, those are the most conservative on the show. And they try to silence me most of the time, and they are unable to do that. So go ahead, give us your closing, Keith, and I'll be calling you after the show because I want to arrange something else with you. But go ahead, give us your closing, sir.
No problem, sir. Well, like always, come here. This platform is one of the platforms that you come in and actually come in and go out with something, So I love coming here. I enjoy this platform. A lot of intellectual, good people on the platform. But let me make something clear to Mr. Jerry. You spoke on the mop-up exercise, on that money changer, according to the post report, it did say that some of the exchange was unorthodox. Yeah, but it was from the central bank. And if you look at the quote report to 7.2.3, that's tend to be corrected on the post report, I think around that 7.2.3. You see that that money change and changing things for the central bank. They're responsible for liquid cash, not the Ministry of Finance. It's in the post report, so you can check it out. Yeah. So because I like for us to speak with fact and look at where the fact coming from, because one of the things that brought the Unity Party to power is the false information that was carried on against the CDC government, and the Unity Party ride on that, and they went ahead. So now the election.
I don't mean to interrupt. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you also then, while you're in the process of telling us about the core report, the core report also stated that Samuel Tua was the captain of the whole process. Can you also say that?
Okay, yeah, let's make that clear. Yes, okay. Samuel Tua was the head of that team. But within that team, there you have areas then that are responsible for duties, the division of labor, areas that will come up. So when the Unity Party did their own mop-up exercise, right? It was the same central bank that deal with liquid cash. A lot of people don't know that Unity Party did mop-up exercise, but they did. Go and check. They did mop-up exercise. So it was the same central bank. It's the same thing. So the cross report came in, nothing was there. So it's there. People sometimes don't look at it, the fact, So he talked about the plane. He spoke about the plane, the person using private jet. Then I will ask Mr. Jerry, can you show me what budget line in there that plane on the 6-year budget? Can you show me what budget line that say that plane will on the government and budget? Because I asked a lot of opposition leaders when I was on the other network. They didn't. Nobody can tell me what budget line, but they just throw thing out there. So show me the budget line that Joe we were using or taking to do that. So he talked about killing, no investigation, but you also talk about your founding member of CDC, and you refer me to Tomlin George. Okay, I'm gonna refer you back to Tom Lee George. Go to Tom Lee George. He get a full report of the auditor's death and other death that was investigated. I have it with me, but maybe I will not get it from me. Go to Tom Lee George. Tom Lee George can give it to you. So when you read it, you come back on the show, right? You will come from that informed a place, and then you actually say, okay, yes, there was a report there. So Tom Lee George has it. He will give it to you because it's you know. You guys the one that funded CDC, so he trusts you. So there's a report. The only thing is that a lot of people don't follow that there was a report. And when I was on another network, right, we interview the police, we interview family member, we talked to them, we spoke to them. Matter of fact, a lot of people used to hate me for that because I would attack the situation and I would bring the situation. I would say, hey, this is this, you know. So they're there. So if you go back under the MICAT website from back the last 6 years, you will see all the interview. You will see all those things for the Ministry of Information, the police, and everything. The Topman case where the police arrested the gentleman that and when they did the investigation on the Topman case, the gentleman who they arrested, he said he was sodomized. It's there, it's on video, it's there, everything, all those things. But you know, one thing that I get, especially coming close to politics, people judge based on their biasness. It's not on fact. It's not on fact. They're based on biasness because they can see it, but they choose not to believe it. Even though it was a press conference showing that this gentleman said that he was sodomized by Topman son. But guess what? People say no reports. So I'm just directing you, Mr. Jerry, to your good friend Tom Lee George. He will give you the report, and you will read all the reports. So the report is there. But again, people judge based on biasness. So I have it here. Matter of fact, as you see, I'm printing them. Say I just took it from my phone. I'm printing them right now because I had it for long because we know. So Tom Lee George, again, is there. You know, maybe I'll send to Mr. Toe. Mr. Toe will look into it. You know, so that's a report. That's a report. But hey,
you're free if you want to go or if you want to stay while the other panelists make their closing. That's fine, because you are a guest.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to walk up from Mr.
No, I don't want him to go.
Yeah, maybe
I don't want him to go.
I want to
something, and I want to come out very seriously.
Okay. Yeah, I will listen to you. I will listen to you guys.
All right. Thank you. Let's go to Jerry. Jerry, give us your closing. These two gentlemen will be the last.
Let Mr. George go first. Let Mr. George go. I'll go after. Mr. George go first. That's fine.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go with Mr. Josh.
Let me say
I will listen to Jerry. Mr. Josh, go ahead.
Let me say to Kev. The Crow report you're referring to, it didn't mention inconsistency in that report. They said some of the document because they didn't get it. And your president, your former president, they set up a committee. It was in the Crow report. The president set up a committee, and that committee reported to the president. Did the president ever make that report published today? No, Kev. It's in the report. There was inconsistency, to be exact. That means certain document they didn't get. Some figure could not add up. So they recommended the president, George Manning, we have commissioned a committee. And that committee investigated and submitted the report to President Weah. Did he make it public to the Liberian people? No, up to today, we don't know what happened to that report. So you can't come out to say the report are there. Yeah, the report are there, but there are certain things were not clear from that report. You can read it, you know it. That's one. You made some assertion that where the police in Liberia, the army being paid
Your
by the
pen got
UN at the
ink now?
time? No.
Your pen got ink?
Who?
You.
Where did my pen got ink?
Because I saw you, it looked like it was out of ink there for a minute.
But if it's out of ink, you can't help me.
Very good.
So why ask?
Very good.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, but you try to distract me. So, but that will not work. So, Mr. Kev, you said the security, but with the police paid by UN? No, the army was not paid by the UN. Army was paid by the UN. Teachers and other help, the United States government were assisting, they were paying those people. That's true. But you cannot just make a blanket statement that everything was being done by the outsiders.
Yes, there was the army and the police. Yes.
Okay, let him make his point. Let's listen to him,
secondly,
please. Go ahead.
It is your government responsibility. That's why the leadership but to go out there to look for money. We cannot say, oh, because people are the less, so therefore the government cannot function. No. Use the government to go out there, look for investors to come. People come, they come, and come, they go. That was your government responsibility. They failed to do that. I don't want people doing on this thing, oh, we have to provide ourselves. We are independent nation. If people are sitting on the pole up, you got to step up. But yes, it's a very serious point I want to make. You talk about that killing. You did not know John Henry Tubman. John Henry Tubman was my uncle. If you go to the tape, I spoke at that funeral. That's why when the boss said he was sodomized, the police asked him when and the cause of the time of the death. That one instant you gave. That was not true. When the CID went to the house to revisit the crime scene, the reconstruction, I was the one that from the set as a representative. I was the one who went with the CID with two boys that came to show how they murdered the man, how the boy brought them into the house. I was the one. So I want that to be very clear. He was not sodomized. He killed the man because of money. And now what today he's sentenced for life. Two other boys, one was 16 and one was 17. I was there. I went to Liberia for that funeral. And I was the one who represented formally when the CID went to do reconstruction of the crime scene. And I spoke at that funeral. So I just want to make that clarity to you.
Thank you.
Secondly, no, scarce hope for a long time. Don't do that. He was speaking, you gave him a chance. You didn't tell him so okay.
He's our guest, Mr.
So
George.
I'm a what? Panelist too.
Yes.
So if you can allow me to get that time, you gotta allow me that time.
Yeah, but he doing well. He just confirmed that it was investigated and the gentleman is in jail.
I'm just making my point.
Thank you. You see? Thank you. No, thank you. They were to confirm that there was investigation that went on and the gentleman is in jail.
Yeah, he just
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for saying
Go
that.
ahead.
So,
Thank
Go
you.
ahead, Mr. Josh.
but Samson though, you cannot continue to interrupt me. When the guest speaking, I did not interrupt him.
Okay, Mr. George, you got about 30 seconds, please.
Okay. No, but you can't be treating her like that. So let me say this. So Kev Hassan, it is good that we come on it show to discuss issue. But as I always say, when you come, we should talk with facts. I made reference and I refer you to the report tomorrow. If you want to come back, go and read the report. If what I say is not there, then of course I will apologize to you. But we cannot continue to do this thing the same old way. We have to stop. I will repeat myself again. President Walker United did deliver what I don't know, people yelling up for me. No, I know it's not.
Thank you.
The momentum free thing. Yeah, you can say thank you. That's how you shut people up. But to Friday will come, we'll take over the show.
Yo, too.
Why are you waiting with Friday?
The co-host of LPR, the co-host of.
Let me go to the other person. The other person, you're next.
Kev, I was listening. I think Mr. Troy was cutting you off, right?
No. Come here, Mr. Stroh, can I finish?
Why you coming from history here?
Go ahead, Dr. June. Go ahead, Dr. June.
Okay.
Dr. June, go ahead.
No, the CEO just landed. So
Dr. June, go ahead, please. Please.
When I mentioned the army man, they are frustration. You want to bring out here?
Okay.
I just wanted to make, as an independent mind on this
Jesus
platform,
Christ.
yes, I just want to make some few corrections. And some of them are in line with Hassan analysis. This government in place now is Unity Party Part 2. Half of the old guys in Part 1 are in this thing here. So by there, I define it as Unity Party Part 2. I'm not a member, I'm not a loyalist, I'm not a supporter. I just want to be frank about this. 2, Joseph Boakai claimed to be a packer during that administration. It's not true. He knows the inner working of government. He took over rehabilitation. He was given a function. He was never a packer. That 2. 3, Joseph Boakai did not win overwhelming victory in Liberia. Joseph Boakai had a narrow victory of 20,500 difference. That's narrow. That's not overwhelming. It's not 50,000. It's not 75,000. So that's a narrow victory he won. The country is divided in almost half.
So why are we really getting the election?
No. I said I'm making point of correction as an independent mind.
Why independent? Go ahead, make your point.
Yes.
CDC was the person who started.
Jerry, let him finish.
Kim Hassan said that the 12-year was a wasted opportunity. Objectively, he is right. $16 billion investment was in our government, and Joseph Boakai fingerprints are all in there. So
are you a police fingerprint analysis?
I'm just giving my independent analysis here.
Oh, please.
Yes.
Go ahead. 30 seconds.
Ken Hassan is wrong when he said they only rely on domestic revenue. The records are there. The government inflated the debt. So he was wrong there. The local debt, I think they play inside that one. I don't have all the statistics. Maybe another time
You're right.
provide. But to Collins, I want for Collins to define for me what he means by American Liberian cartel. Because I know about 5 cartels in the world. They are all drug cartel. Because I don't want to move into the playbook or Eugene Facon. He used that word many times for which we are elected him. When he was asked many times on his show, he never defined it. So I want for Terry to define for me what is that cartel in Liberia that Joseph Boakai need to break down, probably the Jamie his administration.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you very much.
You should ask something to define it.
You think
Mr. George,
I have not learned it yet.
You guys, you're finished making your statement. Allow your
I have not finished yet.
Mr. Dr. Jones, this is a platform of civilized. Please let the gentleman make his statement.
Dr. Jones?
Mr. So, I did not call your name, Dr. Jones, Mr. George. You guys are done. Terry, go ahead, give us your statement.
I got my last
statement
to make, and you cut me
Dr.
off.
Jones, I don't want to pack you in the garage. Terry, go ahead. No, but I mean, Terry, go ahead, please.
I can go ahead now.
Yes.
So, I didn't really expect you guys to take that particular discussion and haul it and pull it from one corner to another. But however, maybe on a later date, we will come back and discuss this lengthily because I really wanted to go into it. All right, to detail it and expose why Liberia is in the chaos it is in, because I'm also writing on these things as well from my observation and my researches. There are a lot of things that, like I hear you guys saying, are pushing divisive politics. Liberia is already a divisive country. You got people come to power and they put in the tribal people. People vote on the basis of tribal. That is divisive. So when you say, oh, you're preaching divisive politics, like I'm one little baby. All right. You had during the elections, you had two sons of the American Liberian descendant on one ticket. Then you telling me, say, I'm preaching divisive politics. Are you understanding me? Then you come to us and tell us, say you this is not a Congo and they say something. Then what are you trying to tell us? You think we're stupid people? Two indigenous, two American Liberian descendant on one ticket. Then you say you're telling us that we're preaching divisive politics. Like to say we don't see, we can't see. You got Nima County, the whole of Nima County, voting for one man. Then you're talking about divisive politics. Your politics is divisive. You also talk about, Liberia divided. People are here, people talking about, tonight the network is not giving me no good result at all, because all of this discussion that you people been having is coming in very distorted. So many things kept saying, I didn't even hear it. Some of the things you guys were talking. I think I overheard somebody saying on the line, oh, Terry did, Terry that, and all the kind of things. But the truth of the matter here is that one of the reasons why Liberia is struggling is because we fail to face our devils. We fail to face our demons.
Cool.
Because we pamper them, we massage them, and we put them in the house, and then every morning we'll go look at them and join us out and go like nothing have happened.
Preacher.
You understand that?
Preacher.
This is the reason why Liberia is suffering. You understand me? The banks in the country, the farm, the most of the major farms are controlled by American Liberians. The rubber farms. I was working for one of them. I can tell you that the location of the farm and how much acres of land and how did he obtain that vast land and property in Liberia, because his father was working with Totman, and I can name you several of them.
Okay.
Are you understanding me? Your budget.
This subject.
So there are so many things. I got more to talk, but I'm not going to go to discuss all those kind of things because it's not necessary. But we have to face the demon in the room in order for us to solve our problem. You know. But Kev Hassan said something. My brother, my friend and brother, President Weah, he did a lot of things in the country that did not augurs well for us, that did not show that he was responsible enough to handle government. And President Boka, with all of his shenanigans and all the mistakes he's making, he has shown to the Liberian people that he's responsible. And in as much as he's doing some mistakes, Liberian people will not be prepared to go back to President Weah government. Even if this government fails, we will be looking for the legs of somebody like somebody else. But to go back to President Weah government, when people die in the country, he can't say nothing. You understand? President Weah government, he was not responsible. Yeah, So all we asked for President Weah was to show empathy to us. The Liberian people love President Weah. I love President Weah. Because the man, he got a sense of humor. But the way he went about his government, it made people afraid of him and his leadership. And that is the reason why the people changed him. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Terry. Well said.
Can I make some correction?
Yes,
Did you take that time? How long Terry spoke for?
Center right.
How long?
The Liberal is on the floor. Please.
Can I make some correction?
It's not over yet. You two going to have to let the rule be. Please, we have a rule set up here. Jerry, my brother, go ahead, give us your exclusive.
Look.
You gave Jared 2 times to close?
No. Jared hasn't spoken yet. Jared, yield his time to your body. The central right, the conservative from Georgia, people cannot trust the conservative from Georgia. Jared yield his time to him. So go ahead, Jared, please.
Okay.
Look, we are not going to relitigate George Weah administration. What I focus on the future of the Liberian people.
Oh, there we go.
And, because we have to know history to know the future. Because if you didn't know the past, you didn't know where you're going.
Terry take trouble.
No, Terry, don't worry about it. I got your back.
They can't make it with us, Terry. Don't worry about it. Go ahead, Jerry.
When George Weah was running, they get a song, Medicine Road.
Mauro Medicine.
Medicine Road. But doctor, what? Some the same for him. Buckeye is not one of the first person that just saying, 90 days road will be built. George
Oh,
Weah. Doctor for road, that medicine road, whatever they call him.
wow.
Look, Mr. CEO, can I learn, please?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not talking to
No,
you.
but Mr.
Yeah.
Soul, the show has rules. Please, let's obey that. Go ahead, Jerry. I apologize. Strongly apologize.
Look, Mr. Buckeye,
Oh,
like I
man.
always say on the show,
Wow.
something just came to my mind. Backup Murphy said sometimes you don't dignify, to get a person the platform because it was nothing. But the point here is that we're going to stick to Mr. Buckeye. Buckeye came in the office with a mandate by the Liberian people. And somebody say, oh, you are not over there elected. Well, over 49 to 51. So look, Mr. Buckeye will deliver to the Liberian. Look, nobody's infallible. We all made mistakes. Or sometimes we misspoke. Or sometimes we get emotional when it comes to certain issues. And Mr. Buckeye passionate about Liberia. Where he want to carry Liberia. That's what he got asset for. Or he got asset. Think Liberia, love Liberia. So
Build Liberia.
Think Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia. These are the principles of Buckeye is going to work on. So I'm not going to go back with Hassan. Can't Hassan tonight. You myself be, going back on the issue. No. My point here is Mr. Buckeye going to deliver when after the 90 days, there's a policy in place. Mr. Buckeye will deliver to the Liberian people. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. So, welcome back. We appreciate you coming back on. And I'm not too sure what are you able to, with your absence, what are you able to contribute effectively to the conversation that we're having. We're closing many of it now. So what will be your parting statement? Because you're going to part away from us now. We're going to excuse you, but we want to hear your parting statement, please.
You see how the labor can pass judgment? Okay, I was away, but I was monitoring. And I know how you treated two of my boys here tonight.
And the other men said they would take over the show on Friday. I'm waiting to see that.
Why are you interrupting me?
Okay,
I was
go ahead.
monitoring. You were using your authority, that dictatorial tendency that is in you. You perfectly working hand in hand with Mr. Jerry Barker, who is actually out of words here tonight to defend his position. You sanctioned Dr. Male Jones. He did not give Kev Hassan the chance to speak his mind. And this network.
Oh, now you find a collaborator.
Of course. That's what he does. Go ahead. Don't move me anymore.
Yes,
go ahead, Mr. So, go ahead. Give for your closing.
On this network, we intend not to leave no one behind because of their political affiliation attachment. And Terry is speaking out on things that he believes in, and you shutting him down as well. So there's a divided role. But what I can tell you, Liberal, tomorrow night, we'll take back our country.
Who took it right first?
We'll take back our network.
Who took it right first?
We'll take back our microphone.
Thank you.
Liberians in the diaspora, other places, what are they writing? I'm not going to be looking there who writes in favor of me like you, and you all in your skin and in your feelings. Good night. I will see you Wednesday night, Friday night. Dr. Jones, hold your peace. You will have everything to your advantage tomorrow. And
I'm going to fortify my arsenal. Don't worry.
I'm not even coming on your show. That's the first thing.
Oh, you
anyway, Honorable Kiabsan, thank you very much for joining us. I will call you because I want to have some short discussion with you, and on a very serious note. After if I discuss with you and you agree, I would really I want to host you one-on-one here for about 2 hours.
Oh my goodness.
That's a conversation I want to have with you. But I will discuss it behind the scene. And if those conversations that I have in mind, if there's something that you think you want to have with me here as well, then we can proceed with it. But we'll have that conversation behind the scene. I will call you either tonight or tomorrow.
Make sure you put me on the line when you're having our conversation. Say be recorded. This guy, make sure you put me on the line.
Thank you. Right. Thank you.
So,
Jerry, thank you very much, Terry.
Terry,
thank you.
Night.
Good night. Thank you.
Liberal and your friend.
I call you. You never return my call.
Jerry Barker.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, they're coming here now.
No, that's all right. Check on me another time.
You know, ASAP your call. You can't assassin.
Jerry, don't listen to you. I beg you. Sorry, I'll get your number. I'll call you. Sorry.
Okay.
All right.
One die. You can't hear whistle sound.
Good night. Good night, Mr. So. Good night. Good night. Again, folks, Samson to Liberia Public Radio. This is how we do it here. And we will be back here again tomorrow on Mr. Social. The conservative on this network, they think they want to get control. They're not going to bamboozle this liberal to accept their stuff. But on a very serious note, the issue with Mr. George and Dr. Malice and I tonight, this is what I believe. If you are somewhere and somebody says something at once about someone, and you know that what they're saying, you have other information contrary to what they believe or what they're saying, it is your duty to explain. It's not that you're trying to defend the person. And I stated here quite frankly that I'm not here to defend Terry. Terry can defend himself. But there were a few things I wanted to point out. I wanted to point those out because those were things that I wanted to echo. So folks would be able, but then the two conservative here on this show trying to shoot me down as though this liberal can be bamboozled into taking their order. They're sadly mistaken. These two gentlemen, Dr. Malley and Mr. George, they're sadly mistaken that this liberal cannot be held down. You can't push me. My hair ain't faying you more. Your hair ain't faying me more. I'm a liberal. Blackwood, they call me. So you're not going to push me right. You come as a show, I'm the host. Hey, you heard what Abraham Kumar said yesterday, right? Okay, that's exactly what it is. I will say thank you very much, and I will come on Mr. Social. Watch and see what they try to do to me tomorrow. They will try to sanction me, try to push me around with their three conservative view, and I'll just sit down as usual. I'll just sit and watch them because I know they are playing. I'm not going to fall into it because they want to silence me, so they will make me come out here and try to defend my position. I don't need to defend my liberal position. I'm a liberal. So we will see. Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. Please join us again tomorrow on Mr. Social on a very serious note, where we will be discussing some serious issues that is affecting, as usual. Mr. So will make bring in some real serious conversation that we're all going to gravitate towards. Other than that, I will say thank you very much and good night to all of you. Let's have a wonderful, wonderful time. And lastly, let's continue to pray for one another. God is great. Thank you very much. Good night, folks.
gonna, you know, I will go to go. My way, call your money, they want to talk, they want to come back to you. My way, so it's a way. Yakuamote wanu agaragara me muso ekaso o black ya me nyoba wakamao I was say to go I want to say you to go my never believe I go scared I believe I want you go